Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's check out Solstice running on the NES. Shucks! Princess Eleanor! Princess Eleanor is mine! Morbius, release her! Haha, she is to lose her soul that I may become powerful beyond your comprehension. It is the soul... okay, well. The bad guy talks fast. Yeah, the thing that makes this game really difficult is the isometric view. And they're keyboard-style controls, meaning that pushing down goes diagonally down, and pushing up means going diagonally up. Yeah, it takes a lot to figure out where things are in space because of the isometric view. And you must react very quickly to things. Harvest Moon on NES for Switch Online. I mean, that's cool. The original Harvest Moon is actually still pretty fun to play. I think it's I think that one's like a good introduction for folks that want to get into that farming sim, because it is nice and simple. And the game is like $300 if you want to buy the SNES cart, so it's kind of nice that it's there. I don't know. I played a lot of that game, so I don't know how I'd feel about going back to it. But having it there for new folks, I mean, it's awesome. Actually, I haven't really booted up the Switch Online service for a while now. I should probably check out what's been on there. But yeah, I used to own 2 copies of that game. I don't know. I'm assuming that you like it, right? Alright, got a credit. Ah. Yeah, some of these Switch deals that they have are for the online games for Switch Online. I don't know who comes up with these lists, but I think they've been doing okay. I mean, they don't release enough games for us. You know, I say that like there's some sort of shortage of games right now. I mean, Microsoft just got done with their conference, and while I can't say there was a lot of games there that appealed to me personally, there were a lot of games. Stuff that's scheduled for next year, obviously, but yeah, Harvest Moon SNES. I think that's like a real favorite for folks that play that genre. I mean, way back in the day, I bought a copy for me and one for my wife at the time. Oh, son of a bitch! Not even 5%. It's such a tough game. Like, first you gotta figure out what to do, and then you gotta do it. And you have to deal with this perspective. I did like the sequel on SNES. The name escapes me right now, but I don't know, maybe we'll fire up Harvest Moon. Get a little farm started. I think the one thing that really shocked me for that original Harvest Moon is that when you get married, you know, your wife joins you in bed. She like climbs in the same bed as you, which we don't think of that as anything like that big of a deal now. But for the SNES days, not having like two different beds or like the screen just fading out, and I was like, whoa, she really got in bed with you. Great music on this game too. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to use the potion. Ah, darn it. I don't remember what to do here. Oh, I wish you could carry blocks with you. Feels like a real shame you can't. I do wonder what else they're going to bring over from the SNES, NES, or, well, you know, they've been doing Game Boy Advance too. You know, in the first couple games just being the Mario games, which is fine. Nothing really wrong with that. I also hope that somebody from Nintendo like pays attention to not necessarily my channel, but you know, other channels that cover you know, classic games. You know, the NES and Super NES, Genesis. It kind of figures out what's the like what the most valuable IP is to show. You know, things that are hard to get because you know there's no shortage of you know, Mario Advance 2 or Mario Advance 3. I mean, you can get those anywhere, and they're not fetching high prices. But you know, if you want to get like Aria of Sorrow, you know, Harmony of Dissonance, or not Harmony of Dissonance. What was the DS one? Anyway, if you want to get one of those, or if you want to get like Contra on the DS, I mean, that's the kind of stuff that really matters. Stuff that really deserves another chance. Like, you know, Mario 3 doesn't really need to be given a chance. You know, you can easily find Mario 3 and Mario 2 and Mario 1. Yeah, I don't remember if there was a way to get to this. I guess there is. hard this game was. And it's like limited continues too. Even if you solve one room, you still got quite a journey to go on to solve all the rooms. Yeah, maybe after this we'll check out SNES Switch Online. Like I said, it's been a while since we played on there. What was the last thing we played on there? Maybe that Firefighter game? I think that was the last thing I looked at. I just wish I could get rid of the controller prompt on the corners of the screen. Like I just want like a black screen on those games, and they always have to have that controller prompt to remind you how to get to the menu. It's like, yes, I know. Thank you. I have seen that selection before. Please let me get rid of it. Maybe I'm the only one that complains about that. I know. It's such a little thing too. It's like it's something you can easily do. What else is kind of a pain to get? Like Hagane? That's a real pain to get if you want that. Not that I think a lot of people want that game because it's so incredibly tough. That's like a real hidden gem that just didn't make its way into wide distribution. What else was there? Like Nosferatu. I think that one was pretty good, and just didn't really capture a lot of people's attention at the time. I mean, I was happy to see. I think Ninja Warrior was on there. Oh, that might be the Japanese shop. Like Ninja Warriors was on there, even though they had released that updated version of Ninja Warriors, so that was kind of cool to see. Oh, son of a gun! Normally I'd say Cybernator, but they just released Cybernator as a reworked game on itself. What else? Basically everything that Konami did in the SNES days. I mean, that was all golden stuff. They're such a powerhouse developer back in those days. It's kind of a shame what happened to them now. Although apparently they're getting better, so we're gonna start seeing more stuff from them. Oh no. Maybe some of like the more obscure Enix stuff. Like Brandish. Kind of a weird like puzzle game from that company. I wouldn't mind seeing like the Soul Blazer trilogy on there. Soul Blazer is one of those classics that again I think a lot of people passed it by, but that's like a real like a more action focused Zelda game. And then the Terraminga, the one that was only released in Europe. I mean, that'd be fun to see over here. But again, I think that's more work than Nintendo wants to do to bring over something that has never made its way over here. Well, it's much easier to bring something over that was already popular. Okay, so I have higher jump, but I don't know what that really does for me at this point. Was there something in here? Let's see, Wild Guns, they released as a separate app. Although I wasn't ever that big into Wild Guns. God, what else do I own in that system? Pocky and Rocky just had a re-release, so that one's maybe not as interesting to have out anymore. I wouldn't mind seeing Smash TV. Ugh. I keep screwing it up. Let's see, was there only one Harvest Moon on Super Nintendo? I think there was just the one. Ugh. I think all the Midway stuff, I think that got bought up by, let's see, so that was Acclaim, right? So they published it. So Acclaim originally published that on the NES and the Super NES. And along with Total Carnage, I think. I mean, they did bring Zombies Ate My Neighbors, so I imagine. God, who bought Acclaim? I think Konami bought all the Acclaim IPs, if I remember right. Maybe it might have been EA. Yeah, so what? Dave Mira and ATV was Crave. THQ bought Juiced. Codemasters bought some. RC Revenge got bought by Throwback. Liquid Media bought NBA Jam, AFL Live, NFL Quarterback Club. Oh boy, yeah, nobody's asking for NFL Quarterback Club. That one's a hard one to sell. NBA Jam, I could probably go for it. I'd probably go for another one of those. I was actually thinking about playing that last one that was what was it, NBA Showtime? That was on PlayStation 1. I think EA owns like NFL Blitz, which they used to publish as well. So yeah, I mean, unfortunately, no one IP holder holds all that. I want to say. Yeah, NFL Blitz EA bought that because they released that title, that newer one. Like I said, it's hard to think of what Nintendo could offer. I mean, I think a lot of us buy that service just for the online, if you want to play Mario Kart online, or Smash Brothers online. Like the retro games are kind of like a bonus. I'm not sure how much people take advantage of actually playing those retro games. I mean, I'm sure the really, really popular stuff is played. So I'm sure people play Mario World pretty consistently. Why do I want to go there? I don't think there's anything there, right? Oh, that was a mistake. Oh, you know what I was looking through? I was looking through my old cartridges was Tecmo Basketball. In fact, I was going to play that today, but I had a problem booting it up. But yeah, Tecmo Basketball, that was a ton of fun. The SNES version I actually wouldn't mind seeing, although there was a licensing problem with that one, obviously. But I think Tecmo Basketball didn't use any real players. I think those was all generic players, if I remember correctly. So maybe that one would come over. Super Punch Out, but I didn't like that version of Super Punch Out as much as like the Wii version. What else was Acclaim doing? God, it seemed like they were making so many games, but now I can't think of any off the top of my head. I mean, NBA Jam wouldn't be the same without Tim Kitzrow as the announcer. Same thing with NFL Blitz. And then the last time they tried to do NFL Blitz, it was the more realistic version. Or NFL Blitz Pro was like the more realistic version. They were trying to make it closer to Madden. And then they sort of did a rewind with Blitz the League. They got 2 of those out, but I guess that second one didn't sell very well. And then they just sort of canned Blitz. The 360 got a version of NBA Jam, if I remember right. But those are delisted now, so you can't even get them. What else? I think I was going to try to play Super High Impact on the Genesis. You know, pre NFL Blitz. Mainly because that game is hilarious. The voice samples in that game just kill me. Not because the game itself is all that great. I mean, a side view football game is kind of a tragedy. Ah, damn it. I want to get that damn thing. I just can't jump fast enough. Okay, green potion. Half of this game is just figuring out where to go next and what to do with stuff. Yeah. Because the sequel to this game, you actually get to shoot stuff. I guess I for whatever reason, I remember having a dagger in this game, but I guess that was the sequel. I got 8.2% this time. I don't think I ever beat this game as a kid either. I mean, it was way too confusing. I mean, I was significantly younger too, so a game like this is kind of meant for somebody that's a little older, or at least I think so. Just because some of the puzzles are, I think, you know, certainly beyond somebody that's like 7. Yeah, why would I want to go up there? There's nothing there for me. I know it's a weird thing for me to want a sports game. But NBA Jam was always, and NBA Jam and NFL Blitz were always an exception. And then they kind of caved to critics and made the game like more realistic. Like NHL Hits was so fun for 2002 and 2003, and then they came up with NHL Hits Pro, and it sucked all the fun right out of it. You know, all in an effort to sort of appease some sports games critics who wanted more realism in that game. It's just like, God, there are other franchises out there for realism. you know, there's no need to pick on NHL hits. No, it's too high. Okay, now I can get these blocks. I feel it's one of these games that you need a walkthrough for. Otherwise, I'm not sure how you'd accidentally run into some of these solutions. I mean, I'm only doing like the easiest solutions out there. Like some of the more esoteric stuff that they want you to do is like, how would you even come up with this? Yeah, I blame the game journalism at the time, and maybe those games didn't sell that well. I don't know, but I remember reading God, I think it might have been like Electronic Gaming Magazine or GamePro or something like that, where they kept complaining about how unrealistic the NHL Hits was, and it just kept droning on it over and over year after year. Then NHL or NFL or NHL Hits Pro came out, and they gave it, you know, much higher scores, but it sold the worst because it took away all those fantasy elements. It's like they kind of forgot what made the game popular in the first place. You know, all in lieu of, you know, listening to some misguided people, you know, who wanted something that the game was never meant to be. God, I wish you could take stuff with you. It's so weird to be able to carry blocks on your head or put them in your pocket, but then like not have access to them outside of that one room. Of course, then I guess the game would be that much shorter and easier. Certainly in these days, you didn't want an easy game. Didn't want kids beating anything too quickly. Because most of us had pretty creative ways on beating games that we owned. Ah, son of a bitch. Yeah, maybe I'll dump Super High Impact. I kind of miss that game. But yeah, I wouldn't mind say that for next week. Maybe next week will be a retro sports week. Sports being a relative term. Right, because I'd be playing NBA Jam, NHL Hits, Tournament Cyberball. That was also one that was fun for me. I thought we were going to do Cyber Stadium Baseball here, but again, I couldn't get my cartridge to work, so I had to find some other means. But you know, that one Cyber Stadium game one baseball game on the NES was like so much fun, and it was called Cyber Stadium Series, but they never made another game. I went looking for another Cyber Stadium game that maybe Konami published, maybe in Japan only. But yeah, that was the one game, and that was it. I guess nobody loved it as much as I did. I don't even like baseball. But that particular game was really, really good. Same thing with like Baseball Stars. Or what was the soccer game on Neo Geo? Soccer Brawl, I think. Yeah, I am not sure what to do after this. Okay, well, why don't we stop this one here? This one I need a guide for. I mean, I think you can beat this game in like an hour. Like, the game's not very long, but figuring out how to get all the stuff, that takes well over an hour. So, yeah, I think this one might be one where I have to do grab a walkthrough and figure out how to do stuff. Because like we got the couple of rooms, you know, whatever, the 8%, but nowhere near finished. And I know there's multiple levels in this game, so I think I'm going to check it out later. Anyway, this is audap. You've been watching Solstice. This is on the NES, published by Sony, if you know, hard to believe. So they've been in the games industry for a long time too, but they were making very different games back in these days. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you with the next stream.